was at the True the Vote Summit, which was in Houston, Texas, with Sue Lovato, who's also here from Tri-Counties, back in March. And this is an initiative that's was founded by the Texas King Street Patriots in Houston. And it's a very exciting and interesting organization that they've put together to help voter fraud, or getting rid of voter fraud. When I said I was from, they said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "I live in Illinois." Doesn't that say it all? So basically, our government was built on the belief that election results represent the true will of the people, and our election processes were always intended to be supported by citizen volunteers. Free and fair elections are an American birthright, and if our elections are not truly fair, we're not truly free. So we we could probably stay here all night talking about where we observe fraud. Chicago, you know, they vote early, vote often. But just recently, the way the group in Texas started was they volunteered to work at the polls, and they saw what they saw in 2009. Just they couldn't believe that people weren't checking voter identification. They were disregarding the documentation, and so they decided that they had to do something to help clear things up. And more recently, it was found out, there was just an article the other day, that more than 10% of Illinois' 102 counties have more than registered voters than residents who are old enough to vote. Lori Helmer happened when we got excited about starting this initiative, went to her block or her area.
My 2 wards.
Her 2 wards in the Chicago area, and found like all these dead people voting that are over 100 years old and not even a year old yet. So, I mean, it's right there. It took her, not very long to find them. And just recently, Illinois State Board of Elections showed that there are 7,806 registered voters in a county that just has 6,353 residents age 18 or over. So, as I said, we could go on and on and on about that type of thing. But what we're trying to do now is True the Vote's an initiative that is going to help volunteers to get involved and clean this up at every stage of our electoral process. And this is an exciting initiative. It is separate from the Tea Party. It's got to be nonpartisan, non-political. And what we need is a ton of volunteers. We need people and more people, and then again more people. And this is an opportunity for those of you who aren't real comfortable making phone calls, or aren't real comfortable marching in parades, or you know, that you come and you listen to somebody speak, or you want to go to a rally and you listen to more people speak. This is an opportunity for you to do something where you can actually go through voter registrations and find out that it's a vacant lot, or it's like being a little detective. So there's a lot of that kind of work we need, as well as poll watchers. And so we're going to ask for one day for the 2012 elections for some people to take the responsibility of becoming poll watchers, and we'll have trainings for those people. We hope to get what Houston was able to do was put 1,000 people in the as poll watchers in one county. And when you do that, then you're really making a difference. And even in Chicago or Illinois, we think that if we get enough people, we can do this.
Do you have to live in the county that you do this?
No. I don't believe that's, no. So all the guys are going to Chicago. And all the women with guns will also go. So what we need you to do, starting tonight, we have some sign-up sheets that Vivian's got, and we're asking that you fill out if you're interested. We're trying to get interest. So are you interested in being a poll watcher, or researching the voter rolls, helping with training, whatever? We need people. So if you all sign up, we'd be really, really, really happy. And this is an opportunity to get involved where it's very painless. So I'm asking that you really think about it. You'll hear more about it. We're just putting things together for Illinois right now. Right now it's headquartered in Texas. They had 27 states represented at the summit, and there's 45 states they've heard from thus far that are trying to put together these initiatives. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do. As to the investigation of the data, so exactly what does that entail? I assume you check the rolls, and what do you have to do? Physically go door to door?
No, no. What we're going to do is check voter rolls, voter registrations, and where they start, or where we think they'll start, Lori's going to look into what makes most sense for Illinois. Where Houston started was they looked at the voter rolls where there were 6 or more adults registered at a single family dwelling at that address. And then looked there to find out if they were really people, if they were really alive, and if that location was really a house. They found, vacant lots, that kind of thing, malls. They also found that, for instance, one of the Senate candidates had in her district over 17,000 households that had 6 or more registered voters, compared to the other candidates who had an average of 3,000. So